Ding, 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 ding. Round two, fucker. All right, listen. You got this other guy. It was recent, and it's towards the really end of the year. But this British bastard, this fucking what fucking Brit. I don't know what the fuck you want to call him. I like to call him a traitor. But anyway, he's a fucking British prick. And he gets on there and he says, he's acting as if he really has legitimate questions, for the gun rights. So while we're on that topic about these fucking gun rights, and he's acting like he's got some really legitimate questions, okay? But he's being a sarcastic dick. Now, there's a certain thing about the British accent that makes me say you're just being a dick. A British person, to me, can just fucking talk, and you sound like an asshole. You sound like a jackass when you ask a question, when you make a statement. I don't know how the fuck you Brits even tolerate your own fucking language, because I just walk around your whole entire city just slapping the fuck out of you every chance I got, because I would think you're being a dickhead. But he is being a dick when he's making these suggestions. And one of the suggestions he had was, okay, so I don't even want to fucking do his accent. He tried to do an American accent, failed fucking miserably. I'm not going to try to do your pussy fucking bitch ass fucking accent, because I'm not that person. But the thing is, he states, and I quote, "What if, let's pretend I have a magic wand. Let's pretend," and he pulls up a pen, and he says, let's pretend that this is a magic wand. Now, naturally, it's not a magic wand, but let's pretend it is. And what if I was to wave this magic wand and say, now the bad guys don't have the guns, and the good guys don't have the guns, and that the police department don't have guns. They only have guns in storage for when really bad shit happens. Now, he said, would you change your perception? Would your idea change to the Second Amendment? Well, let's dabble on into that. Let's hear what you said. First, I have to accept that you have a fucking magic wand, Harry fucking Potter. Number two, I have to accept the fact that you can conjure up magic with your magic fucking wand. Well, in that theory, let's pretend that my dick is a magic tree and it grows, and as it grows, leprechauns fucking live in it. Look, dickhead, you can imagine anything you want. I don't care what you fucking imagine in fantasy fucking land. Okay? In fantasy land, all things are possible. But we don't live in fantasy land. There is no fucking magic wand. There's no leprechauns living in my dick. There is nothing magical about anything that we're talking about. What we are talking about is the rights of the people of America. That's what the fuck we're talking about. Not Fantasyland, not Magic Island, none of that shit. We're talking about actual freedoms, actual rights that people have fought and died for. They didn't magically do it. They didn't fictitiously die because of them. They haven't been dying for the last 100 years for them. Those are not magical statistics. Or you want to go by the graveyard and look at all the magical fucking images? You want to go there? Those are not magical, fictitious people laying in fucking graves. Those are people who believed in something. So don't fucking bring me your magical fucking theory of a fucking wand that doesn't exist. And secondly, you just stated that the bad guys don't have the guns and the good guys don't have the guns. And the police department, they don't have the guns either. They keep them locked up in case bad shit happens. In case bad shit happens. I guess even in Magic Land, in fucking fictitious magical land, bad shit just fucking happens. Well, since we've already established that shit will happen, bad shit's gonna happen, then why the fuck when I want to put myself in harm's way when this bad shit happens to have to go and get the fucking gun that you have prestigiously stuck somewhere fucking else, and I gotta go ask you to save my ass. Why do I need to do that in Fantasyland? Can't I just magically tell them to stop and they would just fucking magically do it? Isn't it funny how Fantasyland seems to work out for you and your fucking idea, but it will never be magical enough to work out for my fucking idea? In Fantasyland, I should just be able to look at it and look at this bad situation happen and say, let's all eat cake. In Fantasyland, anything's possible. Anything. Quit giving them an inch. Quit looking at them saying, well, okay, let's give you that. No, fucker, that's not my job. My job is not to give you credibility in your argument. Your job is to give you credibility in your argument. Not my job. I'm not going to give you anything. I'm not going to give you the circumstances to where your argument will hold water. It's not going to be my job. You find the statistic. You find the situation where your argument holds water. I'm not going to just sit here and say, well, yeah, I guess if the explosions in the universe created a vortex, and that vortex did have particles of life in it, and that particles of life actually did manage to make it to water supplements, those water supplements could sustain the particles of life, thus creating the evolutionary theory of 1 billion years. I'm not going to do that. Hey, fucker, show me where the life was at. That's not my theory. It's your fucking theory. You've come up with it, or you support it. So show me where the fuck all this happened without me going, well, I guess. Or let's pretend for a minute. No, motherfucker, let's not pretend for a minute. Show me in real life how that fucking works. And if you can't, you know what we're going to call it? A stupid-ass fucking theory. Do you understand that? I mean, are you people getting this? You wonder why you keep fucking failing in your arguments, or some jackass on the fucking internet keeps managing to argue with you. And I've heard some of your comebacks. They're fucking really brilliant, but yet you've left yourself wide open with the giving into the argument. Well, if I give him this and give him this and then give him this, we'll argue the point. Fuck him. Fuck him. Fuck his mom. Fuck his mom's mom. Fuck his dad. And fuck his uncle. Okay? Fuck the whole family. Fuck the whole family and their fucking family cat. Fuck them. They don't get shit. That's not how you debate. That is not how you argue. My job is not to give you anything. There is no fucking stand here where we're all just going to fucking negotiate this fucking, look at this argumental standpoint, and somebody's going to give us an outside source of a random fucking happenstance. It's not going to fucking happen. These are not random happenstances. These are not things to toy with. That is a way of manipulating the English language and manipulating the conversation itself. They are used to this because you keep doing it. But they do it all the time. That's your problem. Live in the real world. Quit giving them shit. When they walk in here and go, well, okay, just think about it this way. If everybody had a job and the economy was doing well, would we not want to feed the hungry? That sounds like a legitimate conversation, right? You've heard that conversation before. Try this one out. Well, motherfucker, the next time everybody has a job and the economy's doing well, come fucking see me. We will talk about it. Right now, the economy's in the fucking shitter, and ain't everybody got a fucking job. That's what we're going to talk about, what's going on right now. Not what happened 60 years ago, not fucking what's going to happen 30 years from now. Or in your magical fucking pen land. You keep on and on with the stupidity and wonder why you can't get through people's heads. They use it to manipulate the conversation. You don't believe me? You think I'm lying to you? Do yourself a favor and educate yourself by looking it the fuck up. So then you get people who want to fucking cry, piss, whine, and moan this fucking 2015 about immigrants. People crossing the fucking border. People crossing the fucking border. Oh, this is where you motherfuckers really shine. Because the argument is immigration and how should it be handled? Do we have passports that allow foreigners to come to our country? We allow them in by monitoring them through their passport. Because we're thinking we might have some shit over here in our country that a motherfucker might want to steal. The government is no different than you are. You have shit in your house. So at night you lock your door, secure your shit in your house. So just in case a motherfucker can't break into your house and take some of your shit. You even go as far as to guard it with artillery. These things called weapons. These handguns, rifles, dogs, alarm systems. To keep people from coming in your house and taking your shit. Well, the government is no fucking different. They don't want motherfuckers sneaking into the fucking country and taking the shit. They've got dogs, firearms, heavy artillery. And since they deal with it on a mass fucking scale, they have this thing called the National Guard. That way, just fucking in case, we have something here that protects our shit from them taking it back across into their area. They issue them passports to come in, kind of like if you have a friend coming in your house, first things first, you check his credentials by looking at his face, listening to the sound of his voice, observing that there's no one around him at gunpoint trying to get into your house. You've monitored your friend, and you say, by all means, friend, come into my home, let's have some fucking dinner. Make yourself at home. And magically, after his time at your house has been taken up, it will be time for him to leave. He is not allowed to live there the rest of his fucking life, burden-free, while you take care of him or her. That's not how friendship works. He is a visitor and is expected to leave at a certain designated time. Well, immigrants are the same fucking way. A foreigner is the same fucking thing. You look at him, you check his credentials, you make sure that he's not carrying any weapons or no one has a weapon on him trying to force him into your fucking country. And at a certain time, we expect that motherfucker to leave. Oh, you want to live here in my house? Well, there's some fucking rules that will apply to you. There are some things that we believe in my house. They will not be stepped on, walked on, looked over, or changed in any way, shape, or form. Because this is my house, not yours. You want a house? Go fucking buy you one. Well, you could apply that to your country. Oh, you want to live here in my country? Well, it's my country. Yes, my forefathers shot, killed, and died for this fucking country. So I have some rules and regulations that come with this country, and if you want to live here, you will abide by them. You will not look over them, walk over them, take them away, or change them in any way, shape, or form. Why is that so fucking hard for you to figure out? Use the KISS standard. Keep it simple, stupid. It makes logic sense, but for some reason you try to complex shit when you can't complex it. First you must make it simple, then you can complex it from there. But you must understand the fundamentals and exact of what it's meant to do. Everything starts at the base point. So now that you've established this, you have people trying to get into your home illegally. They have not checked themselves at the fucking door. They did not allow you to scan and look at them and say, you are my friend, or you seem to be a visitor. They've not allowed you to do that. Now, why would they sneak into your house? Now, imagine if you would, if a motherfucker snuck in your house and lived there. You paid for him or her. You work every day and you pay for the fucker to live in your house, but you don't know he's there. Maybe you do know he's there, but you can't catch the son of a bitch. He lives in your fucking house. Eats your fucking food. Fucks your fucking sister. He's doing all this. She's doing all this. Living in your house. Making laws. Coming up with new rules and regulations for your home that you built. That you build, you pay for, you do it. It's you. So all the shit falls on your shoulders, but yet they reap the benefits and have the loudest voice in your house. Now imagine if you would, when you're trying to kick this son of a bitch out of your house, you finally find the motherfucker. You say, you motherfucker, you'll get the fuck out of my house. I'm tired of you being here. You're fucking it up. I work for this house. This is my house, not your house. Get the fuck out. And your neighbor comes across the fucking street and tries to tell you, don't kick him out. You're a racist, bigot, asshole, and an insensitive motherfucker for kicking him out of your house. What would you tell your neighbor? You go back to where the fuck you came from. You take your ass back over your house and fucking don't worry about me and my fucking house. You want them so bad, you take them. Well, I bet your neighbor would think, well, I don't have enough room in my house. Then shut the fuck up. Well, that's insensitive. I don't care. We're not talking about sensitivity. Rules, regulations, constitutions. These are not things based upon sensitivity. They're not based to make you feel good. They're based on reality. The realism, the constant realism that should be in your life. You should be able to look at these things and distinguish them. So that's your immigration in a fucking nutshell. If he's illegally there and you didn't see that motherfucker and he lives in your house, get him the fuck out. He don't belong here. He's illegal. To begin with, that starts the conversation off. He is illegal. So you say immigrants shouldn't come over and fucking say, what the fuck I just say? What the fuck did I just say? What did I just say? I hate that shit. That's literally what you hear. I think people should be able to keep their guns. So you want children to die. Where the fuck are you getting this information? No, I said people should be able to keep their guns and you should get your fucking hearing checked. Quit arguing the stupidest points. Don't let them jump point. This is the point. We argue the point. We can move on to other shit as soon as we acknowledge this point. And either A, you're going to show me where I'm fucking wrong, or B, you're going to shut the fuck up. Insensitivity. That's the other one. The most insensitive. Oh, let's fucking all by all means, let's worry about your fucking sensibility, your senses. None of you, not myself included, is that fucking sensitive. We're only sensitive to shit that makes us fucking look good. Sensitivity, my ass. There's nothing sensitive about any of you fuckers. Nothing. And so your rules and regulations do not reflect sensitivity. They reflect logic. They reflect realism. They reflect things that have happened every fucking day. To be insensitive in this country is like a motherfucking federal crime. You could fuck a fucking busload of 6-year-olds and unload the fucking bus with a pitchfork. As long as you were sensitive, it would be okay. I'm sorry. I feel bad. Does it fucking matter what you feel? Not really. No. What you feel means jack and fuck to me. And it should mean jack and fuck to you. What you do, that should be more relevant to the situation. I could feel bad doing a lot of shit and still yet do it. What you do should be the most important thing, not what you feel, what you felt at the time. Not how it hurt your fucking feelings. I've had a lot of motherfuckers in my life say shit, say all kinds of beautiful things, all kinds of nice and wonderful little things. What they did was a totally different standard than what they were saying. It ain't what a motherfucker says, it's what they do. Show me, motherfucker. Don't tell me, show me. Yeah, it's fucking sensitive. Fuck your sensitivity. Fuck your senses. Fuck them. Fuck where they came from. If I hurt your little fucking feelings, so the fuck what? Put a Band-Aid on it and suck my dick. Fucking retarded. This is fucking ridiculous. And so then we got, in this year, let's look back on those wonderful times where we had those race wars. Racist. Those dirty words. The racist card. Racism. I want you to understand. I am not a racist. I hate every one of you sons of bitches completely equally. I do. Black, white, Puerto Rican, Polak, Jew, Jap, and any other fucking ethnic group, religious group, anti-religious group, politician, anti-politician, all of you. That is one, I have the biggest, broadest brush of hate you could possibly imagine. I think all of you suck. I hate every fucking one of you. There is not a moment in my life that I don't wake the fuck up in the morning and go, has it started yet? Is there people outside screaming and whining and in utter fear of death because the apocalypse is coming? There's not a time when I woke up is the world about to drown because I is at my fucking birthday. I want you all to go away. So yes, there is racism in this world. But sometimes there's not racism, there is an observation. If I was to say to you, that nigger over there is committing a crime. And if that black guy has a gun and he's trying to fucking rob a store, I'm not a racist. I've made an observation that a nigger is trying to fucking rob a store. If I see a honky in a store and he's got a gun on him and I say that honky is trying to rob a store, I'm not a racist. I've made an observation that honky is trying to rob a store. And we can go on and on and on. If I look over and I say that kike is in the store with a gun trying to rob it, I am not a racist. I've made an observation that there's a kike over in that store trying to rob it. You see where I'm going with this? Now, if I was to say, what the fuck is that kike doing in this store? That would be racist. You think words make you racist? You honestly to God believe that. You believe words make you racist. Nigger, kike, kook, porch monkey, coon, white devil, wetback, slant eye, kraut. You think these words make you racist? You think this is what racism is? You're about the lowest mental capacity person. You have the education of a moth. You can't be firing on all cylinders. Do not tell me you have an education and that's where racism, that's not racist. That's a fucking word. Those words are in dictionaries. You can find them anywhere. It's a derogatory statement about a person. Yeah, well, so is fucking fat. So is big boobed. So is little dicked. So is big dicked. So is cocksucker. So is ass eater. So what does it matter? The word are derogatory, but yet they're still words. Racist is the motions in which you do things. So now, if that be the case, it's not what you say, but what you do. Your deeds make you a racist, not the words that you use. Some people use very colorful words, huge metaphors. They have plethora of useless knowledge and just keep going with the most amazing phrases and paragraphs. They could just talk for days on their fucking words. Does that make them educated? Does that make them a fucking poet? Words don't make you things. Some people have amazing etiquette. Some people have a very colorful etiquette. Well, black people don't like being called niggers. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. It might hurt their feelings. Fuck their feelings. Here's a prime example of the way I see it. Fuck your feelings. Black people don't like being called nigger. Okay. Then tell them not to act like one. Don't act like a nigger. And then you won't have to worry about being called a nigger. Or, hey, try this one, for instance. If I looked at you and said, hey, nigger, get in the car and drive away, and you get in that car and you drive away, guess I found me a nigger. You can't really argue that. You got in the car. Apparently you knew who I was talking to. If you said, hey, asshole, get in the car and drive away, and I get in the car and I drive away, guess what? Apparently you found an asshole. I knew who you were talking about. If I look at a gay guy and I say, hey, faggot, get in the car, drive away, and he gets in the car and drives away, he can't look back at me. Don't call me a faggot. Well, then quit answering to it. Well, that's my thing to you niggers. Hey, don't call me a nigger. Okay, well, don't answer to it. Stop answering, stop obeying when they say nigger, and we won't assume you're one. If you walk into a room full of women and you say, look, dick suckers, get on the floor now, and 50 women fall to the floor, we found out who the dick suckers were, right? They can't lay on the floor and say, don't call me a dick sucker. Okay, Peter Puffer, what were you looking for? Don't do it. Don't respond to it, and guess what? It will not affect you. You will not be considered one. You don't get to claim a word and then tell everybody they can't use the fucking word. No, you don't own words. Nobody does. Webster does. Webster owns words. That's who owns the fucking words. You want to fucking argue with somebody? Argue with Webster. So that's the ridiculousness behind your fucking racism. If you don't want to be known as that, then you shouldn't do that. Don't want to be known as a rapist? Now, here's a good idea. Keep your dick out of people. That's a good start. Good start. Keep your dick out of people that don't want your dick in them. We won't consider you a rapist. So, now what? All your fucking problems this past 2015 could have been easily solved. Easily solved. None of them were complex. I have not seen you bring one complex, really just out the wall, oh my God, this is going to take an act of Congress to fix. None of them were. They become complex when you try to cater to people to make them feel better. Well, they don't like that, so we're going to do it a different way. Because such and such just feels it. You know, it's a really harsh thing to say. Welcome to the fucking real world, where some shit's harsh. Not everything was cougar-coated. Not everything had sugar on top of it. Grow the fuck up. That can't be that fucking hard to do. It can't. Sooner or later, you're going to have to put your coloring book down. Quit thinking of the magical fucking rainbow that goes across the fucking sky and grow the fuck up and realize there's some real shit. Real things in this world. And they ain't all fucking fun and games. They're just not. They're never gonna be. As the magic fucking wand theory goes, bad shit happens. So, bring me the problem that you seen in 2016 that was a big fucking deal. That was so fucking hard that we needed all this shit. Worried about a flag. Worried about a flag, a rebel flag. There's something. You're worried about a rebel flag. I will tell you something that is going to stick with you the rest of your life, I hope. And I hope you take it with you to your grave. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, in this world that amounts to anything that has ever been built. If a man built it, it amounts to absolutely nothing if you do not stand for it. If you do not believe in it, trust in it, respect it, honor it, if it holds no creed to you, then it means absolutely nothing. You stood up and you said, I want this rebel flag. It represents my heritage. Well, your leader said it doesn't. Your leader said it is a representation of evil and slavery in a time past. And that was the day that I realized, you motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit. You will talk a big game, but you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do shit. Because not one of you walked up to her and said, ma'am, this is the Constitution. Show me in there where I'm not allowed to hold something in my family as sacred. And before you remove this from our property, the taxpayers, you have to vote and see if we want it gone. You just don't get to take it the fuck down because you don't own that piece of property. We do. The people. You can have all the cameras in there you want. You can have all the cameras, all the diversity. We're all members of this community, but you don't own it. So we the people will decide where it goes on our property as a conglomerate whole. We will also decide whether it's a relic for a museum or to be shined in front of everybody's fucking face. But you won't. That will not be. What your thing will be is to represent the people's outcome. What we want. Majority rules, fucker. And ain't no pissing, no whining, no moaning. You were so busy playing Facebook warrior and being a gangster on fucking internet that you forgot a fundamental value that you just let them walk the fuck over every day. I was like, if they cared about it so much, you don't need 80 people walking into Washington, D.C. You don't need 800 billion people ascending on one town. You need one motherfucker with a camera and a fucking mic. I'm here to see my representative. Oh, well, you'll get thrown in jail and get shot for that. Yes, you will. Yes, you will, my friend. You are absolutely correct. There is nothing that you said that is a lie. They will lock you up. They will shoot you right where you stand. You will not bring that kind of authority to their realms. Well, guess what? A few of you have been saying that moment might come. Does it look like it's here yet? The moment will come for tyranny, for a revolution, and I will lead you. Well, is it fucking here yet, asshole? You like to spew from your mouth all the shit that the founding fathers did. Well, there's one fucking thing they didn't do. They didn't go up there and march with 80 of them and try to tell the leader to stop. You walked right in the motherfucker's house. And they did. They shot him dead. Did you know that? They shot a lot of those leaders dead. People that did not tolerate it. They said, no, you're going to fucking listen to this paperwork. They did. Many of them died. Many of them. Lost their homes, their families. Sacrificed more than you could possibly imagine. So you could call yourself free. So don't sit here and tell me what you're willing to do. They would have rammed you in. They would have fucking annihilated you probably the first time. But then after a while, they'd start to get the fucking message if you kept showing the fuck back up, but this time you came with guns. That's a revolution. Facebook warrior is not. That's a place for debates. That's a place to make a person realize something, maybe think about something for a minute. That's not a place for a revolution. They are the Facebook is the customer service representation of fucking revolution. It doesn't care what you say. There is a reason why 100% of the people of the time on Facebook say random shit and will argue with you. It's because you're not in front of them. You're not in front of them. They're scared to say it out loud. They have no problems typing it on a computer screen. They're a Facebook warrior. So does that flag really hold something for you? Do you really believe in it so much? Because apparently your forefathers did. They were willing to die for it. So what does it mean to you? Apparently it means a meme. That's what I've come to the conclusion of. It just means a meme. Did your history die when it was taken down? Did your family lineage just completely obliterate? Then all of a sudden you turn around and go, where the fuck did I come from? I don't know. Did everything go away from your life? Did your family become lost in a void of unknown history? Did you have to start back out with a ring and a fucking volcano and throw it in there with a bunch of fucking hobbits? No, you didn't. The flag came down. Your history still stood. You were still the same fucker that came from last year. You're still the nasty piece of shit that crawled out of somebody's ass. Same family lineage, no different. Your family lineage doesn't give you strength, nor does it give you the capabilities of regurgitating rhetoric. Your family lineage is supposed to give you a starting place for you to become a man or a woman who stands for something, to show you what you could stand for too. This is what we did as our forefathers. Now we pass the torch on to you. What can you do? How will you make it better? What are you willing to sacrifice to even make it better than that was before? Where are you willing to go with this? Are you willing to stand up to tyranny? Are you willing to stand up to dictators who stand in the way of you and your liberty? What are you willing to accomplish in your lifetime? Well, so far, I've come to the conclusion that you're willing to check out kittens on Facebook, jerk off to porn, and every once in a while, scream, Donald Trump! Way to go, fucker. You're amazing. Your family must be so proud of you. Look back on 2015 as a learning lesson, as the shit you constantly give up and the things you don't say, the revolutions that pass you the fuck by. Let them be a lesson to you. They're just typing shit out on Facebook. They're just randomly saying shit for absolutely no reason under the stars. Does it make you a brilliant mind if you do not apply them to your everyday life? Because it ain't what you say, it is what you do that defines you, not what you say. You enjoy the rest of the fucking year, you asshole.